Tell me, where did you get that beautiful cape?
Colleen Atwood is a magnificent designer and amazing artist, and we've worked together many, many times as well. And she understands coming from a different angle for things. And she knew that we were working with so many different kinds of characters and that they all had to sort of crisscross, but I really didn't want sort of a uniform look.
Because it's a fantasy world, Colleen Atwood really got to play with the costumes. She chose a time period for each character to exist in, so everything just felt a bit off.
So I was able to visit all kinds of places for inspiration and ideas, like folk art, fantasy, you know, kind of real research. So it was a really fun combination for me.
Milky White must be taken to market.
Mother, no, he's the best cow in the world.
Was.
Jack and Jack's mother, sort of turn of the century, sort of poverty, kind of rural people. Cinderella and Cinderella's prince are sort of a romantic, kind of almost nouveau sort of period.
Good day, young lady. And what might be in your basket?
Johnny Depp really loved Tex Avery, a cartoonist and animator. And Tex Avery did Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, but he also created this wolf in the zoot suit that we all know. And Johnny loves that wolf, and he said, I would love to play it in a zoot suit.
Hello, little girl. What's your rush? You're missing all the flowers.
So I sort of set the wolf within the sort of parameters of the late 30s kind of fairy tale illustrations. Rapunzel and Rapunzel's prince are sort of in a bondagey medieval kind of vibe.
Are you all right? Why did you run off?
I was afraid.
I never forget seeing Rapunzel's costume for the first time. This beautiful pink fabric, and it was like she was bound, you know, by all these restraints. Here she is kept in this tower, you know, her mother thinking she's smothering her with love and she's just strangling her. And it's just those kind of details. How can they not inspire, you know, the actor as well as everyone around?
These must be the witches' beans. We'll take them with us.
We?
Yes.
We?
The baker and the baker's wife are sort of the wholesome sort of Victorians.
Sorry I lost the cow.
I shouldn't have yelled.
We very much wanted the baker's wife not to look too put together. You know, we wanted it to seem like she'd made her clothes out of whatever she could find, whether it's the curtains or a rug or a piece of material she found in the street. And the colors were very rich. We wanted to go with kind of reds and jewel tones and something that would look great against the woods. And Colleen Atwood, she was masterful at not only creating beautiful costumes, but at hiding the fact that I was pregnant during the shoot.
Colleen was administering probably the largest shop I've ever seen on a film of seamstresses and tailors.
I really wanted the woods to be part of the themes in the costumes, so I used the texture of wood for all the different costumes. So Meryl's costume's actually made with little tiny pieces of leather that are stitched onto a chiffon back, and then that is mounted on top of and combined with a leather that I found that was sort of like cracked bark that I cut into pieces and mounted onto net so it could move for the movement she had to have. And so it wouldn't go into just a huge black blob in the middle of the woods. I put a silver underslip underneath to catch the light. But when you work with an actress like Meryl Streep, you collaborate on what she's actually going to be doing in the costume, what her movement is, because that's part of her character. And early on, Meryl knew that as the witch, she was going to be crouched down and have this stance, almost like a spider stance that she was moving in. So I had to make sure that the costume kind of worked for her, for the kind of movement she had to do.
The work is so imaginative and free and gesturally dramatic and beautifully thought out and beautifully made.
You wish to have the curse reversed? I'll need a certain potion first.
Peter King designed the hair and the look of the characters, which was wonderful, and he knows how to work specifically for actors, make them feel comfortable, and he has such taste. You know, it's one of the most important things when you're doing hair and creating a design, that it feels true.
We wanted to make them look like they were in a fairy tale in one way, but to also keep them sort of looking modern. You don't want to, with a piece like this, you don't want to alienate your audience too much. So a lot of the hair is sort of very modern, really. I mean, it's not what you call period. I mean, stepmother and the stepsisters are different. They're completely crazy. But we can be with them because they're quite sort of ridiculous as characters, so it's great. We can have fun with them.
I've known Roy forever. He does Meryl's work, and you see what he was able to do with her.
Roy Helland, who's my hair and makeup designer, he's amazing, and he's created two very distinct looks for the witch and the witch transformed.
You're not good, you're not bad, you're just nice.
Meryl had a big input in what she wanted.
She was influenced by the idea of a blue enchantress, something, the blue fairy kind of thing. You know, that was something that was important to Meryl. And I really like collaborating with the actors. I want them to be part of the creation.
I've had a great time with it because when you come to those kind of characters, everyone's interpreted them through time, and it's a great creative license to sort of do something that people will realize who you're doing, but you don't have to do what's been done before.